just to start off here, we have our repair area. I'm going to do a control area over here. We do need to test any granular loss. So we have a control area there, and then our repair area. Let's see, up here, RA, repair area, so repair assessment area. So we have, our date today is March 26, we're on the back slope, east side. It's about 235, 240 now that we're getting started, 78 degrees, and the winds are 19 miles per hour. We have one shingle that was blown off on this side, and I just have some concerns about the repairability of these shingles. So once again, just going to do our repair assessment. We're going to remove and then reinstall the same shingle just to test everything, and let's get going. So being that these are 3 tabs, it is harder for me to basically be able to tell where these shingles start and stop. What we're repairing, or what we're assessing today, is condition changes in these shingles when doing a proper repair. So I'm going to start with just unsealing some of these shingles above so I can remove the fasteners, and then what I'll be doing is drawing out my repair area and labeling some of these shingles. I have our repair assessment shingle marked in white. I'm going to be marking our area in blue, and then if there is any condition changes, I'll be marking that in yellow. So we'll start off with unsealing our assessment shingles above. That shingle actually already had a bit unsealed. Just finish that one off. Okay, so actually I've already found my seam right here for this shingle, so that tells me that these 3 tabs are the shingle that I'll be removing here. So let's go ahead and just unseal the shingles above that. Once again, trying to keep my bar flat, flush to the decking. So we have this. Now when I lift these shingles, I try not to grab it with my fingers. I try to lift with the back of my hand for even pressure as to not create any kind of additional damage. Here, and this tab sealed as well. Right, there we go. So we have our assessment shingle here. We are going to have to remove this. I'm going to go ahead and just unseal the assessment shingle, which will help me basically identify my repair area. These are pretty well sealed down. Just over time they cure together. Creates a nice tight bond like it's supposed to. So let's check here. Okay, so another line here, so help me mark out a little bit. We've got, let's check this one, make sure we're correct. 2 here. So across, then we have 1, 2, 3. So we have 1. Okay, and this being here on the left side, this will be our number 3. And number 4 over here. Right. And this whole repair assessment method is based off of a white paper in the National Association of Forensic Engineers, basically the criteria that I'm following here. Let's go ahead. Okay, there we go. So we have, this will be 5 here, 6 here, 1, 2, 3 tabs there, 1, 2, 3 tabs here, finish off drawing off our repair area here, assessment area. Okay, so I keep all my odd numbers on the left, all my even numbers on the right, and then we have just our number 7 at the top. It's kind of a crown shingle. So to continue on with this, we have to unseal our assessment shingle, which we already have. We're going to unseal all the shingles above to remove the fasteners. So we have all of our assessments, all of our field shingles, 5, 6, and 7 unsealed now. There. Assessment shingles. Okay, so I'm going to begin removing our fasteners. I'm going to go under the left tab of our assessment shingle. Now when I'm lifting this, once again, just trying to lift with the back of my hand to find this fastener. Got right here. And that fastener came out just fine. Okay, so right here we have kind of our first kind of condition changes in these. When I was unsealing the shingle, it has created what's called mat transfer. Basically, due to the tight bond and sealant on these shingles, it has torn the assessment shingle material off of it and is stuck to the bottom of number 6. It will basically address once I get the shingle out. But that basically creates these shingles from never resealing properly. Roof cement will help for a temporary repair, but is not a permanent fix. So stop real quick. We're going to go ahead and just document this. Mat transfer on number 6 here, which cancels out number 6 due to the condition change. There. Mat transfer from assessment shingle to number 6. Let's get lift lightly. Mat transfer from assessment shingle to number 6. Just due to the sun, I'm going to take the picture this way just so we can kind of document this mat transfer here. Mat transfer from assessment shingle to number 6. Let's check this one as well. One more fastener here. Move to our next course row up. Okay, so we're going to start with coming under this number 5 here and remove the fastener. Looks like we have a little bit more mat transfer up here on numbers from 6 to 7. Let me get this fastener out first. Alright, so that's, so we have mat transfer here from shingle 6 to 7. Transfer from shingle 6 to 7. fasteners out now. The shingle should slide out if I have them on. Oh, looks like it was one up here. Okay. Also, once again, trying to take my time here. We've got a pull through on number 6 here. So, document this. This is when the nail head pulls over the shingle when I'm trying to remove these fasteners, which then leaves a hole in these shingles. So let's pull through on shingle 6 when removing fastener. Pull through on shingle 6. Push it back through and remove them. Alright. So, now this should slide right out. There we go. Man, just showing where this was bonded so tightly that it has literally torn a hole right through this assessment shingle. And all of this is basically stuck to number 6 now. And we have mat transfer here on the bottom of the assessment shingle in the center, and tab that's in my right hand, which means that came from shingle, looks like shingle 2. Yep, I can see right here. So, let's document our condition changes here. Shingle number 1 did okay. So we're good there. Mat transfer on the assessment shingle from shingle 2. Mat transfer on the underside of assessment shingle. Exposed fiberglass mat on assessment shingle. Mat transfer from shingle 2 to assessment shingle. Exposed fiberglass mat. Exposed fiberglass mat on shingle 2. What kind of underlayment we're working with. So when we do begin any kind of repairs or replacement, we know exactly what materials to have with us and make sure that it doesn't damage during the removal of the shingle. I'm going to use my flashlight here, just kind of inspect. And everything looks fine. So, what's up? fasteners on a 3-tab roof without having to lift these tabs as high. And some of the concerns I have about this is just with the mechanics of it. So, shingle manufacturer specifications state that we must install all fasteners flush to the decking, without the fasteners being bent or the integrity of them compromised during installing. So the fastener slides into the notch here, and then basically we set this down, lift this up, and I basically tap the hammer here. My concern is that sometimes when laying this down under and you're hitting this, you have to keep this thing flush, and this portion of this roof snake will impact damage to shingles below. Once again, you can't keep your hand under here because then it puts this at an angle. You have to keep, once again, flush to the decking. So we're going to go ahead and install our first fastener here. Alright, so all set. I like to wear glasses when I use this. Just make sure. Alright. Sometimes hitting metal on metal is not the safest thing in the world. But we like to try to, prepare ourselves. I just left my glasses down. So we're gonna got a good drive there. Not going the way I'd like for it to. Let's let that go. My roof snake slipped off the nail there, so let's get a good set here. Okay, there we go. So now, to get this thing flush, I have to give it, one good. So it's close, and then we have a small impact damage right here. So I would just like to document where it's at, just so I know it's harder to see on the actual video from back there, but roof snake did not completely set the nail flush to the decking. Hand nail is required to finish setting the nail into the decking flush. A light impact damage was created when using the roof snake. Indentation in shingle 1 from using the roof snake. So even still using this tool, I now still have to lift this shingle up and tap it in. And once again, I try not to lift this any higher than I have to. So I'm going to document this. To install this flush, I must lift it at least as high enough for this for the hammer to go in. And I have to give myself some striking distance as well. So once again, using the back of my hand to finish off tap on that shingle there.